Hey Rebel Athletes, happy Sunday evening, coming to you live from CrossFit Rebels headquarters. Sam and Ed here, hoping that you guys are prepared for a big week. First and foremost, I want to do a big shout out to Coach Nick, Coach Maggie, and Coach Moo, aka Christina. CrossFit Kids is going phenomenal, and we're really enjoying having a lot of the youngsters, the young cadets working out with us. We wanted to talk a little bit about the Hemi, does that thing have a Hemi in it, throwdown that happened yesterday, and some of the things that we saw as coaches. First and foremost, big thank you to all the volunteers, huge thank you to the coaches and judges that obviously made the event work very well. Sam and I wanted to hit some finer points, and Sam's going to kick it off with some of the things she saw with hydration, fuel.
Yep, and all 4 or 5 of these points we're going to make aren't just about the Hemi. Even though we noticed them and we want to comment on them because they happened this weekend, they're things that you guys we all can carry through the week and our future training. And of course, my first topic is fuel. Some of you, I think, came into the competition maybe underfed, maybe underhydrated. Those of you that cramped. You can tell that. You can tell there's a power output. You can tell there's sort of you're in 3rd gear and you need to get into 4th gear. Hydration, sleep, food, and your training taper are the points that we wanted to make here. All of those are important, especially if you're going into an event where you're going to do multiple WODs in one day. Food, you needed energy to do these WODs, and you needed energy after each WOD to refuel for the next one. Obviously, hydration, we all know the P chart in the bathroom. Definitely pays to be hydrated, and it was a little warm, so we all benefited from that if we were hydrated. Sleep, maybe you came into this a little bit better rested than you would a normal WOD, maybe because you were prepping for the big event. But it would be interesting to see how many of you slept well and found benefit from that. And finally, those of you who maybe didn't train all out on Friday probably did a really good job on Saturday. But if you trained 5 days prior to the Hemi, you probably don't feel very good right now. And just trying to highlight the importance of rest days prior to and after hard training. Pass it off to Ed, point 2.
Yeah, I'm just a big clock watcher. I think it really helps in your training. I mean, when you went into WOD 1, those in the RX and the scale, obviously it really ended up being a 12-minute AMRAP, 3 rounds, 12-minute AMRAP. So you were trying to get a round done, if you will. A lot of people didn't finish it within 4 minutes. And so all I would say to that is when you guys are training, I'd like for you guys to get a good sense of the WODs, some clock management, get used to looking up at the clock, see how long it takes you to do certain rounds, if you will. And more specifically, I did notice that many people during a 12-minute AMRAP had to go and suck down some water, which took probably 35 seconds of 12 minutes. So you can live and survive for 12 minutes without water. I'm here to tell you that on the video.
And the hydration we were speaking of comes before the WOD and after the WOD, not during the WOD.
Right. My other point that I wanted to make is a lot of you guys got to see the athletes really pretty amped up, and a lot of them went into a very dark area, if you will. They took it to the next level, that 90% or 95% of what they're capable of doing. And many of the athletes came to me and said, I want to get there. I want to know how to get there. And part of that is obviously getting used to training at maybe higher intensities than you're doing. And a lot of the coaches not only will cheer you on to do that, but they'll help you to do that. And you'll do that incrementally to get a little bit better at higher levels of intensity. So we saw a lot of good output yesterday, but we saw a lot of athletes who really want to amp themselves up a little bit more. Sam?
It's good. It's good. And real quick, because I know we're trying to keep this under a specific amount of time, but several of you guys that did well and pushed yourselves a little bit harder noticed it. You told me that it was hard. Boy, that was hard. Yeah, that's what we really want to try to see your everyday WOD be. Get prepared for it. Get amped up. Take your headsets off. Listen to your coaches and watch the clock and go. And you'll see great results from that. The next one is that a lot of you and we saw some of your goats, the movements that you're weaker at than stronger, and whether it was box jumps or all of you that did the ring rows realized how hard ring rows are, and we should do more ring rows. The clean and jerk WOD open hips are just like nails on a chalkboard for me, and so we have to do a better job, all of us, practicing and then going into a timed WOD with the same form that you did practicing. And so pay attention to your form. Listen to your coaches a little bit more. On burpees, we want you to stand all the way up just like the standards were. You know, no 90-degree piked burpees. It's a good thing to recognize what you felt like you might have sucked at this weekend and put those into your warm-ups and put those into the time you have after your WOD. And if you need help, grab a coach and they can put a little cash out together that includes your weaknesses. We love to do that kind of stuff, but we need to know you want to do it. Ed?
Yeah, I think final comment is, you know, some of you have come to me with highs and lows in your training, and a lot of times if you're having real highs and real lows, I think Sam hit on it, you know, early on. If you came out on Saturday, you had a great performance, you know, maybe you really prepared for that. Maybe you really did get your diet in check. Maybe you really did sleep. Maybe you didn't drink as much as you normally do. And I think that's important during the week. That's important in life. So many of you guys too, by the way, you warmed up well. And that helps you very much in terms of your performance in the WOD. So having said all that, it was a blast. We hope you got a ton of education out of it, doing it in-house.
And experience.
And experience, yeah, from it. And I don't really have anything else. Sam?
Look for it coming soon. There was a suggestion made. Thank you, Ricky. And we are going to talk about it on Monday, 2 o'clock, with the head coaches, and look for more competition opportunities for anybody who CrossFits in our box on a monthly basis. We can make it work. We're going to make this work. So,
last thing, does that thing got a Hemi in it? All right, guys, have a good week.
Good night.